human moment, we're told Eve couldn't resist the temptation to take more. So she took a bite and she passed the apple to Adam. It was the snack that changed history.
The man and the woman hide because they're afraid, because they know they've done something wrong.
When God says, "Did you eat?" it's Adam who points the finger at Eve. And not only at Eve, but at God. Because he says, "She gave me, and you gave her to me."
Now an angry God casts his creation out of paradise. And just like Adam, throughout the millennia, everyone has blamed Eve.
Women are blamed for lots of things that perhaps they need not. Adam could have said, "That fruit, I'm not going to eat it." But he took the fruit and he ate it.
Does that trouble you, the way it's been portrayed?
Of course it's troubling, but it reminds me that the Bible, for all that we say it's a divine document, it is written from a man's point of view.
Ironically, in the Muslim holy book, the Quran, there's more than enough blame to go around.
Both Adam and Eve are to blame equally for eating the forbidden fruit. So they're co-equal human beings, and I think that's been lost in today's narrative about Islam and Muslims, and I think that's something important to keep in mind.
But in the end, it didn't really matter whose fault it was. The important and difficult questions the Bible forces us to think about, like jealousy and rage, and why some people come to hate and harm each other. A lesson starkly taught in the story of the first children, the first siblings. Cain is a shepherd and Abel is a farmer. Both offer sacrifices to God, but God likes Abel's better.
This is about life as we know it, and life as we know it is not fair. We feel the pain of those whom God hasn't chosen.
In a fit of jealousy, Cain kills his brother Abel.
This was sort of the first example that we ever saw of murder, and the gravity with which God holds the taking of another human life.
And yet, with the passage of thousands of years, humankind is still at it. As surely as Cain killed Abel, the slaughter of innocents continues in the very place the Bible tells us this story was set, today's Syria, racked by the most brutal of wars. And in a sleepy town in Connecticut, the horrifying massacre of children in their elementary school.
How do we make sense of our torn world and our torn personalities, and the conflicts and the despair we fall into when we see suffering and injustice?